For 50 years, I've hidden a secret about the death of my closest childhood friend. His name was Billy Cokenower, and he was just 8 years old when he died at 92 Rainbow Road outside of Chicago in February of 1968. The newspapers reported it as an accident, so did the police, and for most of my life, I tried to believe them. I know better now. My mother and I came to Rainbow Road the summer before Billy died. Mom had taken a job working for the family who owned the estate after my father abandoned us in 1967. I was only 9, but unlike most of the live-in help, I thought 92 Rainbow Road was magical, not frightening. The house was only a few years old, and it was the epitome of 1960s extravagance. Marble floors, gold fixtures, a waterfall beneath the staircase spilling into a pond filled with koi. Surrounding the house were 40 acres of forest, stables, and barns. The eccentric family that built the property kept racehorses. For a while, they even kept alligators. They were so strange, and Billy showed me all of it. His dad was the caretaker, so Billy knew the place better than anyone. He knew which doors didn't lock, what areas of the house were off limits to the help, and where to hide if you got cornered in one of the forbidden places, as he called them. He also knew which window looked out from the bedroom of the owner's only child. He was a boy about our age, and he watched Billy and me constantly, sometimes from his upstairs window, sometimes from the terrace. I caught him spying on us from some hedges when Billy and I were playing near the Blackwater Pond on the edge of the woods once. For months after that, I thought he was the creepiest thing I'd ever laid eyes on, but he never even spoke to us. Well, almost never. The boy wasn't allowed to play with us, and I understood why without anyone needing to explain it. We were the help. He was privileged. The first time Billy told me the house liked to frighten him, I laughed. We had been playing with his G.I. Joe and my Barbie doll at the foot of the stairs leading up to the attic. That was one of the forbidden places, so when we heard footsteps, we hid our toys under a radiator and ran outside. When we came back, my Barbie was hanging from the hallway lights with a noose around her neck. We never found the G.I. Joe. I was positive the rich boy must have found them, but Billy said he couldn't have. When I asked why, Billy looked toward the top of the stairs. Because he's scared of this house too. Especially of the thing in the attic, he said. That made me laugh. But a week later, Billy left his Hot Wheels cars scattered around his bedroom floor. We went downstairs for lunch, and when we came back, the cars were arranged in a circle on his bed. I blamed the boy again. After that, whenever something disappeared, or we found a toy where neither of us remembered leaving it, I imagined that kid somewhere nearby, watching. Billy had another explanation. He said there was something in the house. I told him he was an idiot. That night, I started hearing it. My room was in the part of the house where the staff lived. Late at night, after my mother was asleep, a sound would move through the attic above me. Scrape, then silence. Scrape, then silence. Like something heavy was being dragged across the floor. That first night, I pulled the blanket over my head and tried my best to explain it away. The second night, I woke my mother, terrified. She listened but didn't hear anything. In the morning, she laughed at me, insisting big old houses make noises. But 92 Rainbow Road wasn't old, and whatever was making that sound only seemed to move when no adults were listening. When I told Billy what I heard, he seemed more relieved than surprised. That scared me much more than the noise. After that, I stopped laughing when he talked about the house. And the more frightened I became, the more things escalated. One afternoon, we watched a bedroom door swing shut with no one near it. Another time, something struck the wall behind us hard enough to leave a dent. There was nothing on the floor, nothing we could find anyway. I still blamed the owner's boy when I could, but only until the night my mom sent me to the kitchen for a glass of water. I thought the family had gone out, but I felt like something was watching me. The hallway beyond the pantry was dark, and as I passed the service stairs, someone grabbed my wrist. I nearly screamed until I realized it was him, the little rich boy. I had never been that close to him before, and it scared the hell out of me. I yanked my arm away and shouted at him for constantly trying to scare Billy and me. For a minute, he didn't say anything. He just stood there looking more frightened than I had been. Then his expression changed, the way Billy's had. Not to guilt, but to relief. "You see what they do, don't you?" I stopped breathing. Then the boy looked toward the ceiling and whispered, "I hear it too." I didn't have to ask what he meant, but the boy dragged 2 fingers slowly across the wall to make sure I understood. Scrape. Scrape. Somewhere nearby, a door opened. I reeled around, but no one was there. When I looked back, the boy was gone. That was the only conversation I ever had with him. It was the only one I ever wanted to have, because now I knew for certain that Billy wasn't making it up. The next morning, I went looking for him to tell him I believed him. I eventually found him standing alone outside, near the front of the house. He was beside the concrete bird bath. It was an enormous structure, much too heavy for a child to move. But it was turned in the opposite direction from the way it had always faced. Billy was just staring at it. When I called his name, he turned to face me. Then I heard it. Scrape. Not above me, not inside the house, outside. From behind Billy. He heard it too. When he turned away from me, the bird bath moved. And I need to be clear about how I say this. The bird bath did not wobble. It did not slowly tip because Billy was climbing on it, as the police suggested. I saw space beneath it. For only a second, maybe less. Half a ton of concrete lifted off its base. It moved and came down on Billy. I remember screaming and people running from the house. I remember my mother dragging me away. And I remember telling anyone who would listen that the bird bath had moved by itself. Eventually, when I realized no one was going to believe me, I stopped saying it. Billy was buried. My mother left Rainbow Road soon afterward. And for 50 years, I told myself that children remember terrible things incorrectly, that trauma changes what we see, and that there had to be an explanation. Then, 3 weeks ago, I got a letter in the mail. Not an email or a text, a handwritten letter, and I recognized the name immediately. The boy from the stairs who had never been allowed to play with us. He found me through my mom's obituary. In the letter, the boy, now a grown man, wrote that he had spent his entire life wondering if I remembered the conversation we had that night, and wondering if I had heard the dragging after Billy died. Then he explained why he was writing now. He had recently spoken to someone living in one of the houses built on the old Rainbow Road ground. The mansion is long gone. The boy had it demolished years ago after inheriting it from his parents. The woods were cleared and a subdivision was built on the land, but the man he spoke to lived in the house that was built in the footprint of the old mansion. And this man told him that his daughter had started waking up in the middle of the night. She would come into her parents' bedroom, complaining about a noise above her in the attic. When they checked, there was nothing there, but every night, she still hears it. Something heavy being dragged across the floor. Scrape. Silence. Scrape. The boy ended his letter by asking me what really happened to Billy. For 50 years, I couldn't answer that question. Now I think I can. The bird bath didn't fall. Something had moved it.